Come here now, girl.
Hello and welcome to WhatsMap, your one-stop shop for everything workshop. I'm BonBonB and you're very, very welcome. Well, today's map was a bit of an enigma to me. Couldn't work out why it was doing so well in the Steam monthly top 20 given I'd never heard of the creator. Doing some reading up, it turns out that
the first map.
It's the creator's first map. And still riding high in the Steam top 20. How so? Well, it turns out that a certain YouTuber by the name of Flabaliki, you may have heard of them, very, very popular creator of videos. Well, they're using this for their current Let's Play, so that would explain a lot. But is it any good? There's only one way to find out, and that is to hit the like button. That's right, hitting the like button. That really does support the channel, gets me seen by more people and helps me grow a little bit more every single day, so thanks for your support. Okay, today's map is Karlskrona by Teddy Radko. It's a real life town. It seems to be a one-to-one style build as well. And let's have a little look at the start square. There it is. We've got a little bit of networking down already in place. So if you want to recreate the town of Karlskrona in Sweden, here's the map for you. Dotted resources, usable, I guess. Yep. I'm not so sure about the underground ore though. Maybe not that so much. It's a mass transit map, but other than that, it is 100% vanilla. We'll be using the vanilla temperate theme and the realistic 1.2 LUT. Now, anyway, Karlskrona. I wanted to know a little bit more about it before I did this, so here's Google Earth. I found some things that sound a little bit funny in English, you know? Just, I know things sound funny in different languages, like pothole men. Yes, that's where the men that fix the roads go. And where do the ladies go to find sexy men? Yes, strumhole men. Ah, it's a little bit naughty, that one. But what about Randy Icelandic singers? Yeah, they go to Bjorkhole men. Sorry, I'll stop. I'll stop. I know, if I've offended anybody there, it's just tough. I'm sorry. It's too late. It's my juvenile sense of humour. I'll never grow up. Never grow old. I got a birthday this week. Shh, don't tell anybody. There's your roundabout. It's glitchy. It's glitchy. It's very, very glitchy. Very, very glitchy. It's very glitchy. Oh dear. Well, yeah, so following the roads along. It's a one-to-one style build. And to be honest with you, on the whole, the standard of detailing for a one-to-one style map is actually quite good. Because with a one-to-one style map, you do try and push things to the limit to match things up. And I'll tell you what, mostly, apart from some glitching here and there, like here, we're right on the verge of getting some rock glitching here with the road. Also, stop-start traffic, we've got some here. I've got another roundabout on the opposite side of the map doing exactly the same. You've got the glitchy roundabout, but yeah, the stop-start, I could go about fixing it using the Move It, but the whole point of this is a one-to-one style, and I don't want to make it wrong, you know? There are 2 lanes on one side, 1 lane on the other. That's clearly taken from the actual city map itself. And then across the bridge, it swaps over. And we go 2 lanes on one side and 1 on the other, which goes to show that it wasn't a mistake. It is actually by plan. So anyway, we're now coming up towards, I'm going to call it the start square intersection. It's not the start, it's the main intersection that takes traffic in towards the start square. And it's quite nice. Gotta say, quite nice. Now, is it effective? Is this going to work when you start building huge city? Well, not really. Looking at all this, you can see heck coming. Heck is the word. Oh, and you know I like my lane arrows. You know how I like them to be pointing in the right directions? Like, you got split ones there. Oh dear. Wait till you see this. And we go down here. Ground level. There we go. And the bridge is just the right height, just about. Over here, look. You've got to turn left. But I want to go straight on. Actually, I want to turn right. But I can't. I have to turn left. Yeah. Okay. I know. But come on. It's just a personal thing. You're right. Anyway, let's follow the road along. A little bit of glitch there in the middle. I think we can let that go. And we'll head up to the next thing. And somebody's tinging my phone while I'm recording. I know who that is. It's always the same person. Right, we got glitching, serious epilepsy-inducing glitching going on there. Across the level crossing. And if I show you here, we have some glitching here with the rocks. I showed you earlier. This is rock glitching with the road just being pushed a little bit too hard. If you want to do some screenshots from far away, the blue shows through. That's the only real big problem with that. But we're not doing any screenshots today, so we'll let that go as well. Right, let's roodle toodle down to this next intersection. Again, it's pushed to the limits. Look at the slopes. The slopes are excellent. The heights are excellent. We've got a lot of complexity going on here, and it works beautifully. It might not be pretty, but it's probably, without checking, a good representation of what is there in real life. And this is where this map is going to score well from me. I wouldn't call it a beautifully detailed map, but the attention to detail that has gone in and the attempt is excellent. Look at that. Oh, I'll show you this. This tree here, right, that tree there. We'll have a look at that before we do the rail. It's doing a job. I don't know if it's doing a job on purpose. I don't think it is. An intersection here. Yeah, not the prettiest, but again, probably realistic, and everything's very slickly done. So yes, that's that tree. It's doing a job by accident probably, but because I think if it was done on purpose, they'd do a better job. More glitching, they'd have done a better job with that tree. But yes, we're going to have a look at that tree in a moment. As we're now heading down towards the docks area. Ignore them. We'll come back to them in a minute. And we've got right down in the docks some living apartment things. These things, the Victorian Tenement, that's what I'm trying to say. It's Starshall's work. I love Starshall's work. Another one of those unsung creators that doesn't really get shouted about too much, but they produce great quality. And these buildings, this UK style building, you see a lot of these in the big former industrial cities. We're trying to cram a lot of workers into a very small area before we had skyscrapers. And factoids, because factoids. And I've got one here. I have got one here. Before he was the Prince of Wales, King Edward VII appeared for a single performance of Fedora opposite Sarah Bernhardt. Is that really true? Is Sarah Bernhardt really from that era? I don't know. But all I can say is I'm reading from the book, so it's got to be true. Anyway, there we go. Victorian Tenements by Starshall, today's assets of the day. They push together beautifully, don't they? I love them. Now that tree. Where is that tree? It's doing a job. It is doing a job. Here it is. It's down here by the cemeteries. Look at that. It's just about hiding underneath that Passover. Look. Blue mantle. I very nearly can't see that. You cheeky little tree. Trying to obscure that. Trying to get an extra point. Again, for getting an extra star for your creator. Anyway, let's have a look at the rail. Now, again, this does appear to be a terrain party style map. So one-to-one, you can't really moan too much about the elevation changes because supposedly it's real. But there are some slight elevation changes, like here it's a bit too steep for what it is. But in terms of gameplay, in terms of the eyeball checking, it's not far off. So I'm prepared. I'm quite happy to let that go. I wouldn't have an issue with that, playing that myself. But if you're a true realist, if you want true accuracy, if you come across from Transport Fever and you want your trains to struggle up the hills, yeah, they would struggle up this hill for starters. This is quite a steep one as well. All told though, quite pleased with it. Quite pleased. Okay, where are we going to go with this one? Oh, following the grading. You can see we're going down, but fortunately because of the digitization of the terrain a little bit there, which we'll talk about after the intermission. You can see we were going downhill there. Underneath these bridges, under the road bridge, so it's road over rail, that's cool. And then road through rail, and then road alongside rail. And we'll break off to the left. And if we break off to the left and go this way, suddenly we're going a rail over road. There it is. See, we've gone the full loop, like the embankment there, very good. Rail over road again, curls around here. Then we have a merge here, and we have a merge here as well, all very slickly done Really quite happy with all of that. Cut through there, more level crossings. Gonna have a lot of trouble with traffic on this, and it's a one of those prices you pay for trying to match up a city. That's high enough, isn't it? Trying to match up the city. It's still good though. It is, and it's not a huge city. If you're trying to recreate Karlskrona 1-to-1, it's probably doable, I think. I've not checked Labaliki's work just lately. I should go and have a little look, see how he's doing. Say hi in the comments. Look out for me there, guys. Make sure you comment on my comment. Right, there you go. One destination. Let's go and do an intermission, shall we?
Do your cul-de-sacs look like this? Do you want them to look like this? Then you need the Beginner's Guide to the Perfect Cul-de-sacs by BonBonB. Click the information button now.
And welcome back to Karlskrona by Teddy Radko. We have one shipping route and one shipping route only. Now, it seems to make a lot of sense coming into the middle of the harbour like thus. But look at the problems that you're going to have placing your harbour, your actual docks. Well, I almost said it would help if I use docks. There we go. Or look at the few places that you can get it in green. You can get it on there. Basically just around here. Not even all of that. So you're very limited in harbour locations. That's just a little thought there. Maybe over that side possibly you can get one. But there we are. Now water flow, there is none. Now given that this is strictly speaking a vanilla map, yes, it is left open to be a detailer's map as much as you like. There is nothing there, and if you're playing vanilla rules, you're going to have a little bit of stagnant water, shall we say. Speaking of stagnant water, we've got rocks in said stagnant water. More rocks. There's some glitchy rocks here, actually. Look at the way that that's glitching into the ground underneath. And this was obviously a defensive point during the Second World War. Don't want the Nazis just walking in now, do we? Not really. But this is where the main naval port is here. Now we've got down here, we've got everybody's favourite factory. Now this is, they're actually do look a little bit like that when you go into Google Earth mode. And over here we have got some, well, we've got some rocks there. Well, yeah, we've got some sort of fortress going on here. I did look up the name of it. I've forgotten. I'm sorry. It's a real thing. It does kind of look like this, kind of. Unfortunately, because of the vanilla assets aren't really designed to work this way, it just looks a little bit weird if you're getting too close. But from a distance, it does look like, roughly, what it's supposed to. And as for the essential lighthouse, well, there is a lighthouse right there. So I guess credit for that, even though I wouldn't put a lighthouse there, because it's like a siren calling the ships onto these rocks. And there's another rock over here as well. I don't think I'd appreciate that too much. But waving and saying, hey, over here, guys, this is where we want you to sink. Modern shipping, eh? Did that have these problems? And we've got a couple of these things. Once again, fortresses from said Second World War period, I would imagine. Looks pretty solid. Nobody's going to knock that down too easily. There is another one around, which we will find before we move on. There's another lighthouse over here again. Would I put it there myself? Not really, but I'm sure in real life there is. And there we go. There's another one of those fortresses right there. Now, in terms of defences, because this is a naval town, this was obviously a real target, I would imagine, during the war. I haven't done any research, but I have had a look at it on the map, and I would say yes, you definitely don't want this being taken. Here we go. This is where all the shipping would come in. So, look, we've got a fort down here. This is a wicked looking thing, actually. I do like the way it's been built with these trenches and the vanilla rocks. It works really quite well. I quite like that. Might have to use that as a thumbnail. We've also got down here a battery down here. Yep, that's a proper battery, that is. Facing out towards the sea, towards the Baltic. Well, is it the Baltic that far down? I'm not sure. Anyway, but that sort of area. And then over here we've got, yeah, another defensive battery. Walls around it. I'm buying this completely. Is it of the highest standard? well, for vanilla work, it's not bad at all. So I think credit, definitely credit. And look where it's pointing out. That's where all the shipping's coming in from. And it's pretty well defended. I haven't done any research to find out whether it was used, whether it was needed to be defended. But that looks pretty damn fine to me. Pretty damn fine. One last quick flit over the map. Obviously lots of vanilla trees going on because it's a 100% vanilla. We've got these digitized lines which tell me it was probably a terrain party map. So a little bit of the smoothing tool over here just to take out some of these ridges would be nice. I can see there being a benefit to these flat areas if you want to be able to build on them, but I don't feel that these are large enough to be able to build on these little flat ridges. Anyways, your chance to vote on this map. Is it a 1-star map? Is it a 5-star map? Is it somewhere in between? Your vote really does count. We use it at the end of the month for the viewer's choice top 10. Will this be one of the top 10 maps of the month? Only you, and I mean you, can decide. Let's have a look at what I think. Okay. Aesthetically, okay, it does look like the area. Does it look pretty? Not really. Does it look ugly? No, not really. Am I really sold on it? Aesthetically, not really. I'm going to give it a middly 3. Detailing, I think credit where it's due. A lot of effort has gone into matching things up, and I think it does match up quite well. The overall standard of detailing for a 1-to-1 star map is pretty reasonable. And for that, I'm going to nudge it up despite the glitches that we see to 4 stars. Shoot me, guys, shoot me. Gameplay potential, here's where I see the problem. You've got a lot of things to fix. Water flow is an issue. Traffic will be a huge problem, especially if you're playing vanilla rules, because you won't be able to get out and fix things. I've got to give it 2 stars, but for a detailer, have fun, have loads of fun. But 2 stars for gameplay. Karlskrona by Teddy Radko. It's a blessing. It's a 1-to-1 map that I think is pretty good shot, you know. It's a pretty damn fine shot. Much like those batteries, no doubt. Anyway, thanks very much for watching, for commenting, for liking, and for subscribing. Join me tomorrow for another map in the What Map series. Yes. And I'm sure there's lots of other things that you can be watching on my channel. Why are you not watching them all? Why are you not liking them all? What, because they're rubbish? How dare you? How very dare you? See you tomorrow.